Hello members and welcome to today's video. It is a long one. So we got 15 games or something, 15 matchups here. That's what's going to take a minute. First we have LNG, BLG. BLG are the better team. LNG, sure, Haichao and Fodic are names. Zika into Bin is a nice matchup. That's a fun one. Wei into Wei is obviously a fun one to say. But in the end, BLG are just simply the better team by quite a bit. Now, do BLG drop a game? I think so. I think LNG have the capability. They have players to not get swept here. So, BLG 3-1. I'm going with the same record for RNG IG as well. And this is, so IG lost to NIP, surprisingly. And I think IG recover in a big way. I think they're much better than RNG. The only area where there'll be a lot of competitiveness is in the jungle role between Milky Way and JJ. Like everywhere else, it's just not. There's no matchup there really. I mean, Tangwan is going to get eaten alive by a rookie, but I feel like RNG end up taking a game. IG showed in their first series they're not clean yet by any means. The Shy could int his face off. Xiaoshu and Milky Way get going on the top side of the rift and they take one. It's just something that I could definitely see happening. HLE D plus. So HLE better team outright. I mean, D plus have a strong bot lane duo that should be competitive with HLE. I think they can take a game. They're good enough to do so. D plus are good enough to take a game. That's kind of the way it's becoming. Now, who does it? I mean, Siwoo had a decent week last week at times. HLE is the better team. Now, Genji DNF. Genji win this 2-0. DNF losing to DRX was a shot that I was surprised to see DNF take. I mean, I think I predicted DRX to win, but it just, even in that matchup, it's kind of like, I don't. It's just DNF. I mean, it doesn't matter what that roster is called. The Freaka Freaks, Kwangdong Freaks, DN Freaks. The Freaks are just not living up to the hype. They just can't do it, and it's a shame because Bulldog's a very good player, but Gen G are just, they're better in every role. They're better in every role, and well, maybe not support. Maybe Life is better than Duro at this point in their careers, but Duro should be better than Life by the end of the season. SoftBank, Hawks Gaming, and Viking. We're going Vikings 2-0. Just there's no angle there. I mean, Evie, I guess. I could see Evie like picking something that Kratos is not ready for. Certainly. Could Courage maybe be very competitive in Deguri? I mean, possibly, but he was the worst LCP jungler statistically last week. So I think the Vikings are just. We're just gonna keep saying this. They're the better team. It's hard to find an angle there. Fate did not do himself any favors. I was really disappointed in how he played. And Kadi is no slouch. He's played against players better than Fate. Gam and CFO is maybe the toughest matchup, one of the toughest ones to predict here. You know, obviously these two teams are going to be the conversation for an LCP slot going to Worlds. It's just, look at the names, right? Now, the thing is with this, Ares last week was the worst mid laner statistically. Honkyu was better than him. And I would like to think Ares is better than Honkyu, but maybe Honkyu is already better than him. And if that's the case, we look at a situation where I would take Doggo over Artemis. I would take, the bot lane duo of Doggo Kaiwing over Artemis Helio is very compelling. Now, the top side of the rift, are they still going to continue? Have they committed to Driver completely? Rest played only one game last week. If that's the case, I think Kiea and Driver is a very fun matchup to watch. I give the top side of the rift a wash. So in that way, like, these teams are very close. I could see it going either way. I'm taking CFO 2-1 in part due to Doggo, and Ares. And I mean, Doggo and then Ares not doing very well last week. Now Ares, last year Ares really wasn't strong damage wise, and if he's not going to be, there could be problems here. Now a couple Brazil LTA South matchups here. Working through these for the first time, Pain Gaming and Loud. I expect Payne to win this 2-1. In part due to the fact that Loud, so it's just familiarity and synergy. Loud are running a new jungle and support combination with Wiz and Winsome. And you have Payne running back the same 5 players. Now, Loud do have players capable of beating Payne. Hell, Payne last season made it to Worlds not because they had a great year, but a great summer playoffs. And that's what I tried to get through to people this past, month or so, especially my LTA South video, but I've had to reiterate it in the comment section. Vivo Keith Stars and Leviton is another interesting matchup because we have a couple rookies on Vivo Keith Stars. Well, you have the 80 carry that's a rookie. Now, so Leviton's strongest 2 players are Cody and CEO, but they never were hard carries, right? And now with Leviton, you've got Kisse and Mortius. Are those 2 going to outplay 2 very good Latin American players the last few years? And then you also look at the top side of the rift. Is Bull going to come in here and be ready to play at a high level? Decimus, is he ready? Support role, I like to think Trimby is very, very good, and he's probably the best player between the 2 teams in this series at all. It's definitely something because I'm a really big Kisse supporter. I really think he's a very, very good player. But just he's playing. I think, you know what? I'm taking Vivo Kisar's 2-1. I think Kisse is better than Cody already. I don't think Cody is all that. Now, the 80 carry role, though, I could certainly see the bot lane duo of CEO and I think Ackerman win into Trimby and Mortius as Mortius begins his career. FlyQuest and Shopify Rebellion. I'm taking FlyQuest this one 2-0. They're the better team. They're running back the same roster. Shopify Rebellion have to combine Fudge with Contracts and Palafox as well as the bot lane duo. I don't even think actually aren't they running Wild Turtle and Zazel or something in the bot lane duo? Like it's not a good situation for Shopify. But remember last year Wild Turtle was decent when he had to play. Lion Gaming and Wild Turtle. I didn't watch that. I don't watch a lot of team content, so I just know Zazel is signed to the team right now, so he's probably playing, and I guess Wild Turtle may have just been somebody talking on the video. Lions Gaming and Cloud9. I'm taking Cloud9 2-0. Disjointed here as we're having visa issues for Lion Gaming and Cloud9. I like Thanatos in this, and I like Loki in the matchup against a North American mid. I think I'm taking Loki in that one, just outright. Then we got best of ones, Rogue, Fnatic. I'm taking Fnatic. I think they get out to an early lead. Rogue are not built to come back. So Fnatic just being the outright better team wins that. BDS, Heretics, we're taking BDS. Once again, outright better team. Kamalu looked good last week on Victor, but Nuke was the best mid last week in LEC. And that's pretty much the matchup there. Sheo, this is a Sheo revenge game. Does he put the team on his back? It is best of ones. Giant X Koi. Lot played very well last week. Giants X played very well last week outright. But Mad Lions Koi's bot lane duo was the star of the show for their squad. What ends up happening here is the mid-jungle duo for Koi. I like Elyoya much more than Closer. I think Elyoya outpaces Closer, and he gets shit done. And in part, that's going to help JoJo into Jackie's, because Jackie's is probably just as good as JoJo at this point in their careers. Vitality G2, we're taking G2. Vitality, or no, G2. No, this is not going to work. Vitality, no. G2 are better. Skuman may have had mistakes last week. Lebrov may have struggled in the support role, but Vitality Vitality are a mess. KC, SK, we're going KC here. Kalist is the real deal, man. I'm happy for Kalist because he doesn't have to deal with the shit yet. of being in the LEC. Played at a very high level. He was one of the best 80 carries last weekend. Top side of the rift, Kana into Gen X. I think he punishes him. I think Isma gets punished by Yike. I don't see SK's win con here. Rahel did not do very well, and he did not do very well at the end of last season either. So that's the predictions for today. Thank you for being a member. Hope to see you again tomorrow.